Hello, and welcome back to the Isle, where today, oh boy, today, finally, playing Diabloceratops after all this time. And look at this little spud here, this little potat. So yeah, the Horde test has Diabloceratops. And I know I'm a little bit late to the party on account of it being like, it's been out for a week or two now, and I haven't played it once on the channel. And that's because it didn't have sparring, so it felt really incomplete, and also the testing conditions for it were horrific, to say the least. But now, now it's got sparring, and now, maybe I can actually grow this thing and mess around with it. Who knows? But to start out, it starts with 3 patterns. We got our good old pattern A, pattern B, pattern C. You don't really see much of a difference with the default skin. So if you go to this skin, I really very much like this skin, you can get more of a sense of what changes. I'm not too much of a fan of the pattern B, at least just the body's weird on it, though I do like how all of them have really nice coloration on the frill. Love that. But yeah, I've already made a few, I say a few, near the max number of skins for this thing. We got Fire Diablo, a little bit of orange, yellow, red, all that good stuff. We have generic brown Diablo. It's actually this kind of like, yeah, it's like the default skin if it was more brown. We've got Watermelon Dibble, you know, looking good. Making use of that male coloration down the back, which has this sort of weird quilted patchwork kind of look. Little vein kind of thing going on. Definitely gives it that watermelon vibes. We've got the Cow Dibble, which very tempting to run the Cow Dibble. I think it's the only skin I have running the B pattern. Then we got more focus on the black and the darker red. We've got going for more of the steel and blue color. Honestly, not half bad. And then we've got the attempts to make Helldiver Dibble, trying to go for the black and yellow look. Which, man, this really shows you just how much male coloration there is in pattern A. Like, pattern B, yeah, there's a bit on the neck, a little bit on the frill there. This one is just, yeah, all over the face, but pattern A is just raw. Just the whole back is covered. Well, not really covered, just splotched over the back. You have the frill and face, well, at least top of the head is just almost solid male coloration. Really like it, really like the different patterns we have, and I do like pattern C and A have sort of swirls, kind of eye spots on them. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. Unfortunately, pattern B does not have that, even though it has a kind of Rorschach thing going on with it. I think I'm gonna go for this guy. Just got good red coloration, lots of dark orange, going into lighter orange, yellow. I just really like the look of this thing. How does he look as a little baby? Adorable. And now a choice that will cause much pain and suffering, or not. Which spawn? So all of Dibble's spawns, put it in this part of the map right here. The nearest sanctuary to all of these spawns is the Mudflat Sanctuary, which is just... yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I know from experience playing carnivores what that beach is like. I am not dealing with that whatsoever, so I have a plan to avoid that. If I choose South Plains, I can then head east between the Biodome and Aviary and go straight to Swamp Sanctuary. It's a little bit more of a trek, though I shouldn't run into people as much. And hopefully I can get my diets down here and then just get out of this area of the map. Maybe head up to Northeast Plains, see if there's a migration going on there that I can mooch off of. Go to the East Plains migration, that's also an option. Wherever the Dibble migration happens to be, I might try a crazy strategy and that is just not going to the migration. Everything I've seen, and from a little bit of experience trying to play this thing on the first couple days, it seems that the migrations always just change before you can even get to them with Dibble, because it throws you to the other end of the map, and there's tons of other Dibbles eating everything up. So what if I completely ignore the migration and just go to wherever it's not, but it will be soon? Might be a winning strategy. Alright, we've got a rainy morning. Okay. There are so many Herreras around here, apparently. If you want to kill me, I'll just respawn. Okay, right. Efficient digestion. I think I'm going to take that, because food is going to be an issue on this little guy with how the migrations are. I'm probably much better off just having slower food drain. We'll see how that turns out. Now, of course, we've got our adorable little Dibble. You can hear a little Diblet, as we like to call them, just frolicking over there, making tons of noise, getting himself killed most likely. I hear flies. That is not a good sign. That is a corpse. That's a skeleton. Okay. I'm not liking it here. That's why I need to get the heck out of here and go that way. Because even though it's telling me, hey, look, your migration's there, and the sanctuary's there. No, I don't want that sanctuary. I want the sanctuary over here. I'm hearing more flies. And something eating it. It's a little Troodon or Herrera or something. Probably won't mess with me. Okay. Yeah, this little potato here, he is slow. He is so slow and pathetic, it's not even funny. This thing is just a tiny snack for carnivores. So I need to get the heck out of South Plains, as it's the current hotspot, TM. At first it was Northeast Plains, then it was East Plains, and surprise, surprise, now it's South Plains. Who could have seen such a thing coming? Granted, in part it's because Dibble spawns here and everyone's playing it, so... Oh jeez, that's... Well, I'm dead. I'm straight up dead. I'm gonna make you miss though. Ah, crap. Yep. That is the first of many deaths I imagine. They didn't even eat me. They didn't actually even bother eating me. Oh, people nesting. The one time I don't want to be nested in as one of those. The one time I'm trying to play Dibble. Oh well. Okay, take two. On second thought, do I really want food drains more slowly? Because if it's not affecting the diet, then, I mean, I can just graze all the time anyway, so it's not really all that useful. Maybe what I want is, yeah, photosynthetic tissue for higher move speed during the day. Which, sure, you might say that's not all that useful. It's only active half the time, and speed doesn't really affect Dibble's matchups all that much, because this thing, it's chonker. This thing is slow. I'm not all that sure if it would be helpful running into cannibal Dibbles, if I would be able to outrun any that are all that bigger than me. But that can be the difference. It can be. But yeah, I'm gonna be a bit picky on what mutations I take, because I know already one mutation I want is the Saltwater Drinker one. Because Dibble has a lot of coastal migrations. A common thing with coastal migrations is that there's no freaking fresh water anywhere around them. You gotta run all the way to a river or a pond somewhere to get a drink, which is pretty annoying, leaves you open to being attacked whenever you're moving locations, and also if you're in a hotspot like South Plains, it's the perfect opportunity for a Dano to come and get you. But with Saltwater Drinker, you never have to worry about water again. Sure, it's painful to get, extremely painful to get that mutation, But once you have it, all of the other perks to do with thirst and water drain are kind of blown out of the water by it, no pun intended. Because sure, slower thirst drain is really good. Like, I've run that on a few things. Are you seriously gonna just let me live, my dude? Cool. Okay. Are you gonna eat this body? No. Okay, we have two Ceratos sitting at that spot and killing every baby dibble they see without bothering to eat the bodies. Lovely. You love to see it. You know, it's funny, Ceratosaurus is supposed to be a, garbage truck. It's supposed to clear up the bodies, but instead they're just creating them without even bothering to eat them. Oh, in fact, I think I just spawned on top of where I died before, so hey, maybe they ate that one. I think if that's my body. Actually, no, I was much closer to a tree. That's just another baby dibble body. Awesome. Photosynthetic tissue, picking that again. Right, if I avoid the open field, maybe they won't see me. Yeah, it seems my attempt to beat the system is getting, well, beaten because a single carnivore exists in the direction I'm going. Woo. Okay, if I stick up here, stick in the forest, in the foliage, right up against the mountain, what are the odds they find me a third time in a row? Now it's telling me to go to the sanctuary over here. It's only very slightly further away than the one on the mud flats. So it's actually a decent choice to go over here, despite the first two attempts ending from that Cerato. Because normally you don't really have traffic in that direction. And here comes a bit of a harrowing part, because now I've got to get out in the open. And in the open, in the middle of a not really high traffic, but sometimes trafficked area is not what I want to be, because I am completely at the mercy of whatever finds me out here. And if it wants me dead, I'm dying. Just 100%. Now, the swamp does have a little bit of a creepy vibe to it when you're just a little dino that doesn't belong here. Just trying to skirt around it to get something you want. Man, just imagine, once we have, like, Berry, Suco, Spino, and all that stuff, the swamp is going to be a terrifying place for a little dino to be. Just got all these just river monsters living in there, alongside Dano and such. They'd be better off in the swamp than Dano, because they don't rely on people drinking to get a kill. They just come out of the water and smack you, silly. Okay, I think if I exit the sanctuary, go around the edge up here, I think there's a few mushroom spawns in that little area. It's kind of above the rest of the sanctuary. I gotta find it quick because that stomach is looking mighty empty. Oh, there they are. Right there. All the mushrooms I could eat. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. As long as no Herreras hop down from the top ropes to end my existence, it should be set from here on. I could AFK around here, but then again, something could come around to the sanctuary looking to find little diblets like me. And eventually, I will have to eat again. And this thing is super slow. So I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the migration is going to change probably to either East Plains or Northeast Plains by the time I'm hungry enough that I need more food, and by the time I'm grown enough that I want that kind of food. So, gonna head across the swamp and hug the coastline and get up towards that direction. I do have a plan for the Salt Mutation, but that requires me getting to a specific spot, and also at a specific time, really. So I'm going to try for that mutation. Diets don't matter to me at that point, because I am going to lose all of my diets trying to get it, just from vomiting up seawater. So I need to make the most out of the diets I have available before I try to get that mutation. It's kind of the conundrum we find there. Wait a second. What is this? This is water? Huh? It's a new little pond here. 100% there was not a pond here before. There is no shot. There shouldn't be water here. There just straight up shouldn't be. I've been around the entire map. Okay, that is very interesting. Lots of deer spawns, too. Huh. Ain't that something? Fascinating. That's right next to the coast here, too. But I'm not quite sure where on the coast. Okay. Make a mental note of that. That's an excellent water spot. And that's... Oh, it's by that little turn in the Gulf there. Okay. Yeah, note to self, that's there. That's actually a fantastic spot. Wow. This is what I get for going through the woods instead of sticking on the beach. I find a brand new water spot I never would have found otherwise. I imagine, yeah, it just goes around in a circle here. Huh. Ain't that something? Ooh. Hello, Bambi. This little deer here. Man, I could punt this thing so hard right now. Though, oh! Diet. And corpses. But diets, that's interesting. Okay, there might be a Paki migration or something going on here, because, let's see, that's... Okay, if my knowledge of how this stuff works is correct, that is orange. So if that's an orange tree, then this is a migration for either Paki or maybe even Hypsy. That's active and has orange on it, and because it's coastal, and the orange on my current diet's coastal, no! That's marigold. Oh, because it's jungle, right. Yeah, because... Okay, yeah. Huh. Well, I won't say no to some random marigold in the jungle. Oh, and while I was waiting for Stam, yep, subadult. There's no picture for it, but I'm there at 32% growth. I can pick a second mutation. The thing is, if I choose one of these, then I've gotta wait longer before getting Saltwater. I'm thinking I might just hold off getting that because this perk will be available to be taken until this one unlocks, and that one only unlocks once I reach 100% growth. So I've got a long time until that happens. So I can hold on to that perk slot for quite a while. Migration hasn't changed. I'm not quite in the middle between East Plains and Northeast Plains, but I'm somewhat close to that point. Maybe now is a good time for me to try sparring out, at least just practice a little bit of what I can do. Okay, right click enters it. Okay. Right, and from there, can move around pretty effectively if you do, yeah, a little bit of the old Path of Titans precise movement tricks of backing up while turning. You can get a pretty tight turning circle, still somewhat slow. Granted, if you're in place, yeah, if you want to turn around, you want to, yeah, you don't want to do it in the precise turning. You'd want to go whoop and then rah. Okay. Let's see, I've got little attack, right? Or no. Oh. Oh, if I crouch, it puts me into the sparring stance. Okay. So crouching puts me in. Oh, okay. I was gonna say that felt off. That really felt off. Now I'm... Oh, okay. Right, so I can do a little... Oh, and I see the little charges on the bottom going away whenever... Okay, I lose one of those whenever I do that. Interesting. So I can just go... Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not very good for getting something on the side. Because if I'm using this and I go... Ooh, was that an attack? Can't really tell. It used a charge. Interesting. And I right click. Okay. It's like a block of some kind or something? Interesting. Okay, right, so you want to crouch. No, you can go into it with the right click. So if that is a block of some kind, if it has any sort of damage reduction or stagger, like, I've got no clue. I'm just, you know, shooting in the dark here. Interesting. So that could be something you get into real quick, rather than having to crouch down and then do that. Okay. I think I recall somewhere that said they want you to, like, flow between the two stances. So if you're in a fight, you shouldn't just be, you know, constantly in sparring stance. But you want to be, you know, in it, hit something, and then get out of it, do a alt attack. Though when I do an attack in sparring stance, uses up a charge, I believe... Yeah, if you're out of charges, it'll cost stam. Actually, you know what? Let's just prove that. Yeah, it seems to only want to attack in front of it, so it really does not want to be sideways. And that little thing uses a charge, but I'm not sure if it... Yeah. That cost me about 9% stam. I think that's an attack. We really not like to test that in the open, you know, in the middle of a fight, but I might have to. Like 86%-ish stam. Okay, it costs quite a bit more stam to do than a regular old alt attack. Interesting. Alright, you can kind of walk around in the sparring stance, though I think it's a little bit slower. Actually, can you sprint while in the stance? Oh, I think you can, or it takes you out and puts you back in the stance, so it remembers that you're in it. Interesting. So you can just sprint forward and do your normal hit, stop, go in the spot, or, oh wait, can you... Oh, whoa. Okay, you can move like crazy a little bit, okay. So let's see, can I do the spin around trick? Ooh, you can, okay. So run, S, and boom, in sparring stance. Okay, which is a little bit more complicated than turning the camera, spin like that. Okay, Dibble combat's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting because you'll have plays like this, but you can also be in sparring stance, and then have a play like this. Can I have a really weird, like, funny sprint if I... Wait, can I can go backwards, can't I? Yeah, I can go backwards. I can sprint backwards. Okay. Ooh, that opens up some interesting stuff. So, I don't know if a Carno's coming at you and you just go, whoop, slide to the right. Interesting, this thing... I mean, yeah, you add the backward sprint, this thing has an interesting amount of maneuverability for what it is. Migration's still way down there. Okay, my plan might not work out, but if nothing else, okay. Some interesting stuff with sparring. Oh, and I think this thing also, doesn't it have like a charged normal attack? Yeah, so normal left click, and then charged left click. I believe that knocks people down. Doesn't cost stam. Interesting. And it seems... okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you hold it down or press it when you're looking down. It does, like, the gore attack. Which I think is supposed to do more damage to things. So you're supposed to, like, knock them down and then... I don't know how that works exactly. Just knock them down, then gore them? Maybe. Who knows? What is this run? If you go like left and right while sprinting and sparring stance, you do like a little... I don't know what to call this. Like a little hop. Just boing, boing. Wonder what this looks like from the perspective of like another Dibble just running beside you. It's like a dog. It's like a giant dog. Actually, that's what it reminds me of. Like, yay! Like it's got the tail going. It's like, oh boy, I'm happy to see you. Oh, like, look at that. It looks so happy. It's like, yay! If you could, like... you can't switch into both of them, like, really fast. If it wasn't for that side animation... What if you... Nah. You can strafe pretty well. Wait, can you sprint sideways? You can sprint sideways, man. If only Herrerasaurus could get that kind of technique. Actually, I haven't even looked at this thing, Z-Walk. Ooh, it's slow. It is so slow. Yup. Regenerate that tiny bit to 60% stam. So I can start trotting again. There we go. Though thinking its trot is also pretty slow. No, of course it's not supposed to be a speedy creature. It's supposed to be, you know, a big, tanky, chunky boy. Okay, I finally made it to my little spot down here. Pretty much smack dab in the middle of East Plains and Northeast Plains. If the migration changes to either of those, then I'm in business. But even if it doesn't, this spot's gotten a bit of a map change recently. This water here with the duckweed in it, well, it didn't have the duckweed before, and now it is perfectly good to drink fresh water. Don't get duckweed whenever you dive into it, unfortunately. I have tried. It's like a lot of the newer sources, well, newer bodies of water that have duckweed in them. They tend to not give you the little decal on your dinosaur. But right here, we have fresh water that is sitting just feet away from the ocean and salt water. And right next to it, some lovely grass to graze on. Yep, perfectly grazable grass right here. So, this is the spot for me to get the saltwater mutation. My diets are getting pretty low, though. I will wait until these two are gone. From then, I'll have roughly 20% hex left, and it will be good to have that diet to not get debuffed, but I'll take the saltwater drinking. I mean, if there's no better time for me to get it than whenever I don't have any diets, so I'm not screwing myself over all that much. Like, I'm already getting tons of debuffs, I might as well get a eventual buff out of it. But, ooh, you know something I can do? Oh, jeez, I tried to press X to go into sparring stance because I'm used to Path's movement. Right, I can use sparring stance to just go, I want to back up. Just, ooh, get in the grass here. Right. Well, I guess this will serve as a bit of a tutorial for the salt water. If you want saltwater drinking, how you do it, you drink salt water, and over in this screen in the status report, you'll say fluid deficiency, or fluid deficient whatever, down here. Now, at that point, I believe your water will drain even faster than normal. And what you want to do is you want to just keep drinking salt water until that goes away. And the moment that goes away, you can now pick the saltwater drinking mutation. Now the thing is, whenever you drink salt water, you will almost certainly throw up. You can get extremely lucky and just drink down your thirst just all the way down to 0-ish and get it on just one, stomach full of thirst. Or other times, you will vomit like 12 times in a row and have to drink down your entire thirst meter 3 times just to get it. It's a bit random. And because seawater makes you vomit, that gets rid of your stomach contents. That gets rid of your hunger, gets rid of your diets. So it is quite the pain to take. Carnivores especially have a somewhat hard time because, you've got to have meat to eat. So unless you're something that's coastal that can eat on, a sea turtle to keep itself going, you're gonna have to drop a body near water to try to get it. Unless you're like Deinosuchus and you just can't vomit. Or Ceratosaurus, which also can't vomit. Then you can just keep going between fresh water and salt water to get it. For herbivores, you got it a little bit easier. If you got migration by the water, well, you can get your diets back from those. Or, in a pinch, grass. Just graze, and that should do the trick. Oh, crap. Ah! I was eating. I was watching YouTube. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, jeez. Okay, the migration changed. It actually changed. Ah! Now my dog's around, because he's thinking something's going on. Oh, crap. The food is up here. Okay, I was going to get the saltwater mutation. I was going to do that, but... do I do that now, or... Okay. Right now, there's an army of Dibbles heading from Highlands over to East Plains, as I speak. They are all running max speed over there, and they will devour every single plant in that migration zone. I need to get there first. I need to get there first, get what I need, and get out of there before they all show up. I've gotten to roughly 47% growth, off of just eating a bunch of diet plants once. So if I can fill up completely on my diets, that should last me to full grown. Okay, come on. Let's get grazing. Okay. Right, that is East Plains Beach. That's where that is. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. Because that is survivability against one of the biggest threats I've got. Unfortunately, I hate this mutation and its existence, but I'm taking it. Because if someone else has it and decides to fight me, then I need to have it, or else I'm just losing. Simple as. Yeah, I really do not like flat damage mutations, especially just one that is not really conditional. Like, sure, the condition is, oh, it's your own species, but then that just means, okay, great, in a mirror match, I always win if the other guy doesn't have this. Which is rather unfortunate, because it's a very boring mutation. Just, oh, flat damage against your own species, you know, big whoop. It's not like, oh, I've got to get them bleeding, and then I do extra damage, or, oh, I've got to, you know, get them low on health, and then I get bonus damage. And that's just talking about the bonus ones, it's not even talking about survival ones, like, oh, getting water from rain, or healing, you know, more during the daytime, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, stop in place. Right, run for that. I can maybe save my lion's diet, maybe. Ooh, it's gonna be close though. Right, I'm at 2% on both. Come on, where is it? Eat! Yes. Okay. Save my lines. And pay very close attention that I don't end up filling my S slot with lines. Did I just eat it all? Dang, okay. Either that's not much or someone else was just here and ate a lot of it. I'm not liking the fact that I'm seeing a bunch of not diet plants. That's not helpful. Okay, more lines. Heck yeah. I can maybe get that before the S goes away. Because when S goes away, I can't fill lines until I get S because the aisle. And crap. Okay, now I can't fill my lines because it'll fill the wrong slots. So I need to find S now more than anything. Don't you just love the diet system? Like, isn't it just great? Now, I have food right in front of me, but I have to not eat it even though I'm hungry and I need that diet because it would be very suboptimal to do. Not even just suboptimal, it would just be actively detrimental for me not to do that. Yeah, that's an orange tree or something? Oh wait, no, wait, yeah it is, okay. Or it's mangoes or something, I don't know, it's food. Okay. Eat that off the ground. I am not getting fruit stuck to my mouth. Oh, is that? Come on, be on my diet, please. Yes, S! Okay. I found the one S diet plant here. Hallelujah. Okay. I need to find those lines, eat them, get out of here. And I think I only barely have enough room for those lines, so yeah, if I took the reduced hunger drain earlier, I would have screwed myself over in terms of diets. Which does explain why there's a mutation for making nutrient strains slower, but not sure how I feel about that. I feel like those should kind of just be the same perk. You know, it should be that diets and hunger are kind of tied together in that way, you would think, instead of having two separate mutations for them. Though I guess that would make it where carnivores you choose hunger and herbivore you choose diets, maybe. Maybe that's how they want you to look at it, because carnivores don't have to worry about the diet so much as long as you just get food. And you can get organs to fill up your diets without bothering with hunger, really. Okay, come on. Yes, just one more tick. I'm out. Peace. And just in time for the sunrise. Okay. I've got everything I need from that zone. And now I don't have to bother with whatever horrors follow. So at this point, the migration changed again, and I started making my way there. Then real-life stuff got in the way, logged off, and that night they dropped the pounce to pin changes. So ended up messing around with all of that. And when I finally got back on Dibble and went, okay, right, let's finish up what I was doing, let's get 100% grown, I kid you not, it was just roughly 4 to 5 hours of nothing. It was actually awful. I went to Highlands, because that's where the migration was, met a bunch of tiny little dibbles, and we chilled out a little bit. I got one kind of, well, 2 salvageable clips out of it. And then the other 4 hours was just nothing but audio issues, fatal errors, just crashes. The server crashed like 3-4 times. I think it was 3 actually. And that ended up with the migration not changing, because every time the server crashed, it went right back to Highlands. So we were stuck in the same spot doing nothing. And there were so many dibbles. There were around 20-ish dibbles. And just nothing happened. There were no carnivores to hunt us. There weren't even any candy dibbles. People didn't even want to spar. It was just completely bizarre. And after all of that time, finally the migration changed, and even then, nothing of interest happened. Like, even with the big migration, people were taking the weirdest, most roundabout ways. People constantly audio bugging out and crashing and having to relog, and people were just slowed down so much by that. Eventually I just gave up and just went by myself. And, like, on the off chance that maybe being alone would get me into a fight with something. But no, nothing. Even with the pounce to pin changes and how absolutely busted they are, at least in the version that this was all recorded in, because now they've made even more changes to them, and I don't know how they stack up now. But at least in the version I was playing on, they were absolutely busted. 2 to 3 Omnis could have easily killed me. And I was thinking that was probably what was going to happen. There's probably going to be a horde of raptors to devour me. But no, there was nothing. This playable is absolutely cursed if you're trying to make videos on it. Like, even with me going out of my way to try to avoid all the things I'd seen in other people's videos, trying to find the loopholes, the roundabout ways to avoid all of the annoying things that happen to people, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid you're like, ah! But on the plus side, I was able to do some proper sparring with my friend Ecstatics. And he even did a little tutorial for me, which was awesome. And so I'll have that after the clips, the 1 or 2 funny clips I got with the randoms I ended up hurting with. So, yeah, that's me salvaging this. Dude's just spinning. This part's so buggy, but I love it. Look at this dude. Okay. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's not a suspicious body at all. I know for a fact that's gonna try to get me if I try to eat here. fine. You're gonna regret this.
Greetings!
Yep. That thing's massive. Oh my... You monster! I don't like the fact I'm hearing something swimming, though. That's extremely concerning.
I was gonna say, like, that's actually, like, suboptimal for what we need, but okay. My skin kind of sucks. Like, it almost looks good, but I was nested in and now it looks bad. Like, I was so close to greatness. I was this close.
It's a little Herrera.
Oh, okay.
That thing actually scared me, because I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, my skin was gonna look like a watermelon, but then someone decided to give me an orange stripe.
Doesn't look half bad.
Ah, just like a moldy watermelon.
And meanwhile, I look like a burnt orange. I'm a baked potato.
Delicious. Dude, you're charred. Holy shit. You're molten, actually. You look like magma. That's cool.
Heck yeah.
Yep, I smell balls.
Balls spotted. Ooh.
I am amused.
My balls! See, that right there is better than the last, like, 3-4 hours I've played.
It was a single melon, by the way.
And you ate it?
Yep. There goes the last melon. Alright, so you know how, like, the charge and the push works, right?
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so you sprint and everything, you click it, you go, haha, push funny, haha.
Yeah.
You gotta, like, stop yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know what I do at this point.
You just click. Literally just left click.
You left click? Okay, that's
Yeah.
the last thing I was doing.
Here, so, do it again.
Oh.
Oh, I just knocked you over. Did that hurt?
Interesting. No.
Okay, good. Okay. There you go. You plant your feet and, like, you shove it off.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So I'll do that
That's
to
how
you
you
now.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Does that
Yeah.
work whenever someone gets you in the side?
Yes.
Okay, do it then. Oh, okay. So whenever I, like, get someone in the side, how do I stop pushing them?
I think you just click again. So, like here, let me double check that. I wanna make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Help!
I think I just pressed control again. That took me out of spar, and that just knocked you over.
Okay, I'll try
Yep.
that.
Here.
Oh. Did I just hit you in the side?
No, I'm not even getting hit.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
That's odd.
Maybe I can't be in spar mode?
What the...
I'm just gonna be better.
Okay, hold on. Let's...
There you go. Can
Okay.
you stop it at all, or?
Okay, C got me out of that.
Oh no, I clicked. Like I stopped
Oh,
myself from being knocked
Dang
over.
it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a thing that the person being hit has to do?
Usually, yeah.
Okay. Because I accidentally did that in a fight where there was a Serrato and it was very awkward.
Yeah. Alright, so lock horns, by the way.
Ooh.
Alright, and now if I were to just click, yeah, let's just click right now.
Mhm.
Just knock each other around, and then if you hold left, flip, and you discharge, or let go.
Oh.
Yeah. So you want to get that?
Okay, yeah. Lock in. So it does that, then hold it.
And then flips you net. That's how you do it.
Oh, okay, it was delayed on my screen. Does the block do anything?
It blocks incoming damage, and I think you can parry.
Okay.
So try in 3, 2, 1. I'll click. And you block.
No, I think that eats my charges too.
Now, what'd you do there to make me like?
I just left clicked. Right
Maybe it's
there.
because I didn't have my hand on.
Oh no, I'm doing the thing again.
Yeah, same. I think that was because I didn't have my hand on a WASD there. I was just letting you push me.
It's weird.
So that might be it. Yeah. I will kill you.
Near. I need like the stone like sliding sound effect for this.
That's good. Okay, what else is there? If you lock horns.
Okay, lock once. Oh.
No. It's locked. Are we locked? Okay. And if I press D and space.
We're not locked.
Oh no? Okay.
Okay, now
Locked?
we're locked.
Yeah, so if I press D and space, I can pivot around you.
D and space.
Well, or A or D.
Okay, I was
Just
about to say.
space in the middle.
Ow.
That's how I not get around you. It
Ooh.
like unlocks and I can pivot.
Oh, does space
like-
unlock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me try that.
Oh.
So, space. Oh, that made me go to the side.
Yeah. It's like a little pivot.
Interesting. Okay. I'm out of charges, and I'm also on yellow health.
You're yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, same.
Interesting. Very janky.
A little bit, but it's fine.
Alright, bet. Ooh. Ah! Ooh. Rah! Oh, dude, that's all of my stuff. Oh, jeez, you are hitting me hard, man. Ooh. Whoa. Ah! What was that?
I crashed.
Are you three? Wait, you crashed? I'm still
Yep.
attached to you.
Oh my god.
You're like stuck in place. Oh, that's great. I can like spin you in a circle.
It's so fucked up.